Hi, it's Christy at the Bureau, here to update you on the wet and windy weather that's expected across Australia over the next week. Looking at our synoptic weather pattern, we can see this big high pressure system continuing to bring settled conditions to eastern Australia, but it's this cold front that's crossing southwestern WA that's going to bring us all the weather this week. As we move through the rest of today, we can see those showers across the southwest land division extending up to the Gascoyne coast and also through inland parts later in the day. There may be some thunderstorms with these showers and also potentially some damaging wind gusts, maybe even some local large hail. So if you're in the WA, make sure you stay up to date with your warnings today. But it's really as we move into tomorrow that system gets some punch by tapping into tropical moisture from the Indian Ocean and dragging that moisture down over the system. So we can see rainfall across inland parts of Western Australia and even by the end of the day extending into western parts of South Australia. We also have showers continuing along the western and southern coasts. Now there could also be some thunder and maybe even some small hail in those as well. As we move into Thursday, that system continues its way across the country with a cloud band extending from the Kimberley right across the Northern Territory into South Australia, and by the end of the day, western parts of New South Wales, Victoria and Tasmania. We can see a very windy system with these strong winds wrapping around the low pressure system, so there is the potential for damaging wind gusts, particularly over Tasmania, particularly western and southern parts, and also potentially along the Alps of Victoria and southern New South Wales. On Friday though, that system does tend to contract eastwards, with the rainfall mostly contracting to northeastern New South Wales, although that cloud band does still extend back across Queensland and into the Northern Territory. We do have some follow-up showers along southern Victoria, western Tasmania and also southern parts of South Australia. Finally, there is this cold front approaching the west. Now that will bring some more shower activity to western parts of WA over the weekend. So just how much rainfall are we expecting? This map shows the rainfall between now and 5 p.m. Saturday, and we can see it extending across most of the country. These yellow and light blue areas showing areas that are expected to get between about 2 and 10 millimetres, whereas the darker blues showing areas that could see between 10 and 40, maybe 50 millimetres. In particular, some of the areas that could see the heavier falls include the northeast of Victoria, elevated parts of New South Wales, also northeastern New South Wales, and some parts of Central Australia under that cloud band. Maybe also some heavier falls along the coast of WA. So looking at our temperatures for today, we are expecting most places to see temperatures above average, but as that front moves its way eastwards, the cold air pushes in behind it, just 16 degrees for Perth tomorrow. By Thursday, that cool air is pushing into Central Australia, and by Friday across much of the continent. On Saturday, just expecting a top temperature of 13 degrees for Melbourne and Hobart, and possibly even some snow along the Alps of Victoria and New South Wales, and also over Tasmania, above about 1,200 metres. So this is a developing weather system and warnings may be issued, so it's really important to stay up to date on the Bureau's website or our app, and we'll also keep you up to date on social media.